Hi cuties, my name is Hanako Kozumi and this is the channel Nerdy Nekoma. Everything here is about Haikyuu chat stories and fanfic. Thanks for joining us today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. A little disclaimer to begin with. I do not own any of the Haikyuu characters, artworks or music I might use. This is not necessarily how I see them, and just for entertaining purposes. I am aware that there are similar channels and videos to this one, and I do not intend to copy or steal any work from them. By the way, I created my avatar with the app Lily's Story. The designs are super cute. Today's video is about KuroKen. It's one of my favorite ships, and this is going to be a little bit more of fluff, which I do not usually write, so I'm not sure if it's good. It's for a friend of mine, and yeah. Also, something that is different today is that I'm going to make voiceovers of my own voice again, so tell me if you like it and if I should continue this way or maybe not, or if there's specific videos I should do it for. And let's jump straight into it. Enjoy. A lovely future. The future is unpredictable and uncertain. It's full of possibilities and chances. Some will give you joy, others may leave you in despair. Kuroo, however, is very happy with the future he built for himself. Kenma, I'm home. Kuroo carefully closed the door behind him and took his shoes off. His words echoed through the empty hallway, and even though he was certain that his husband was home, he was not surprised when he received no reply. He chuckled under his breath and slowly made his way to the gaming room down the hall. It was only a few hours before Kenma's stream would start. He'd usually use this time to prepare by picking his games for today, checking his equipment, and making sure that Kuroo and Mizuki wouldn't interrupt him. He gently knocked on the door. No response. Again, he wasn't surprised and just slowly entered, fully expecting his beloved to be invested in one of his games already. The room, however, was empty. Everything was set up, but still turned off. Confused, he looked through the room until he spotted the baby phone next to the big monitors. The little bed on the screen was empty as well. He took the device and searched for the phone in his pocket to call Kenma. Maybe something came up and he forgot to tell him. He trusted Kenma more than anyone, yet the sudden absence of him and their daughter still left him uneasy. What if something happened to them while he was at work? Before he could freak out over nothing, and before he could call his husband, a soft noise deriving from the bedroom caught his attention. Kenma? He opened the door gently and was about to melt at the sight in front of him. Kenma was sleeping on their bed with Mizuki in his arms, tenderly hugging the baby and holding her to his side. The blanket only covered them halfway, and while Kenma had one arm wrapped tightly around her small body, her fingers wrapped around his hand on her stomach. It was the cutest thing he could ever imagine, seeing his two loved ones so at peace. For a moment he just observed the dream his life had become, before he remembered the time and sighed. He didn't want to disturb them, yet if he didn't, Kenma would miss his stream and potentially damage his reputation. Kenma? His voice was nothing more than a soft whisper as he kneeled next to the other and tenderly caressed Kenma's cheeks. Hey kitten, you have to get up. Huh? Slowly his eyes blinked open. He looked so confused and tired that Kuroo immediately felt guilty for waking him. Aw, kitten. You look so cute when you're tired. The former setter didn't even protest, still too exhausted to fully comprehend the words. He leaned against the headboard, careful not to wake the baby next to him. A small smile spread across his face as he looked at his daughter. She moved occasionally in her sleep, pursing her lips and frowning slightly. Kuroo could see the affection in Kenma's eyes. and he was sure he looked the same, clearly displaying his love and admiration for the two most important people in his life. I love you. Both of you. He gently stroked Mizuki's soft rosy cheek with his thumb. Kenma's smile widened. Seeing his husband so caring and happy always filled him with joy and reminded the younger of the love he felt for him ever since they were still children. We love you too. Kuroo looked up and was met with those incredible amber eyes that enchanted and intrigued him from the first moment he saw them. Kenma gently pulled Kuroo closer by his collar and pushed their lips together in a sweet kiss. Welcome home. Kuroo blushed. Even after years of being married to this man, he couldn't get used to his soft side. The small gestures of endearment that he showed at random times always surprising Kuroo when he least expected it. Between them, Mizuki had begun to wake up and tried to move. Kenma chuckled. Hey little one. He whispered soft promises to their daughter while gently lifting her into his arms. Look over there, Papa's home. Kuroo smiled warmly. Hey Mizu, did you sleep well? Her little fingers wrapped around his and she gave him a bright smile, bright enough to compete with Hinata's. He laughed, thinking about how similar her expression was in comparison to her jolly godfather. What time is it? Kenma yawned. Almost 6, you should start preparing your stream. Yeah, thanks. For waking me up, I mean. Kuroo hummed and carefully took Mizuki in his own arms while his husband slowly got up and changed into more fitting clothes. Why didn't you start already as usual? Mizuki had a nightmare, woke up and cried whenever I attempted to leave, so I stayed with her. Sorry that I wasn't home earlier. The last meeting really took forever. It's alright. She got better after a while and I got most of it set up already anyways. Also, the little nap was good for me as well. At least, I don't feel so tired anymore. Kenma interrupted himself by yawning again. No matter what he said, he looked like he hadn't slept in days. And come to think about it, he did take care of Mizuki almost every night since he slept very lightly and was used to staying up late. However, since Kuroo worked 5 days a week, he couldn't sleep in as usual and could not make up for the lost sleep. Are you sure you want to do a live stream right now? Huh? Yes, it's okay. I'm fine. It wouldn't be good if I missed this one. I already reduced the times I stream because of Mizu. Okay, just keep in mind to look after yourself as well. You're the most important thing to me and I don't want you to overwork yourself. He closed the distance between them and kissed Kenma lightly on his forehead. Kenma sighed and leaned into his touch. I have to go. I know. Kuroo would have loved to stay with him like this for a little longer, just holding each other close and enjoying the other's presence. But Kenma had his dream and he needed to feed Mizuki. Oh, and Kenma? Huh? I'll look after Mizuki at night, from now on. What? No, you don't have to. What about work in the morning? You can't just show up there all tired. It's alright, kitten. I can manage. Besides, you need sleep too. Don't think I have forgotten about your habit of neglecting your sleep and health. Kenma groaned and looked at him unimpressed and not really convinced. Kuroo sighed again. At least, let me take the weekends and Tuesdays, okay? Fine. Kuroo smiled at his stubborn husband and was just about to turn around as he felt a hand grabbing onto his shirt, holding him in place. Thanks for looking after me as well. Kenma blushed. If cuteness would be lethal, Kuroo would have died a million times already, and adopting Mizuki recently didn't help at all. Always, kitten. Everything for you. He gave him another quick peck on the lips before leaving to make the daughter something to eat. Kenma, on the other hand, got ready to start his live stream, even though he was indeed feeling tired, but it was manageable. However, he was still touched and grateful for Kuroo's offer, even though he felt a bit guilty accepting it. Out of the both of them, Kuroo did the most chores around the house and took care of him and Mizuki emotionally and physically, looking after their daughter, whom he loved very much, while Kuroo worked and at night so that his husband could get some sleep was the least he could do. That, and making sure to keep his private life as private as possible, including protecting his family from the internet to the best of his abilities. His occupation as a YouTuber and streamer made him a public figure and attracted a lot of weirdos trying to get information about him, even those he wasn't willing to share. Over the years, it was unavoidable that his relationship with Kuroo became public at some point, but he would do everything to protect his daughter from being shown off to the world this early in her life. She grew up as normally as possible. Hey everyone, welcome to today's live stream. He had played for a few minutes and the chat buzzed with messages as one caught his attention. Kenma, wake up. Huh? What? Kenma, you have to wake up. What the? Kenma! Kenma opened his eyes slowly, blinking a couple of times against the sudden light blinding him. Kuroo stood above him, brushing a few strands of hair from his face, his own only a few inches from Kenma's. That must have been a wild dream you had there. Hey, are you okay? The setter hadn't realized the tears gathering in his eyes. Confusion overtook his thinking as the details of his dreams slowly started to fade. But there was one thing he remembered clearly, a truth that was as certain as the break of dawn. He loved the man called Kuroo, not his lover and not his husband, but his best friend. The tears fell and started staining his shirt. Kenma! What? Kuroo. He sat up, putting his hands in his lap and clenching them into fists. His shoulders were shaking slightly. Kuroo, I love you. That was it for the video. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and oh my god, was that a lot of work. Seriously, making voiceovers with my own voice, it takes forever. Yeah, I hope you liked it, that this was a little bit more fluff. It's not my usual, but I hope I did not too bad. Also, thank you for like 300 subscribers. It's insane. I wouldn't have guessed we'd get to that number in this short amount of time. So thank you a lot. I'm so happy that you like my content. And well, if there's one good thing about making voiceovers with my own voice, is that I have outtakes. So yeah, if you want to hear some of them, I'll put them in here. And yeah, hope you liked it. No. Kuroo. And come to think about it, are you sure you want to do fully expecting a soft voice, noise, not voice. Why do I want to say voice? Really? Huh. I forgot my text. Fuck. Seeing his husband so carey and happy. As you see, my puppy wants to say hello and I cannot speak English. What are words? And I hope you liked it.